What about safety? Roads are still unbelievably dangerous. In any given year, 1 out of every 10,000 people in the US die in a car accident. Just think about how high of a proportion that is. If you go to a Redskins game at FedEx Field near Washington, D.C., 8 of the people sitting in the stands with you will die in the next year in a car accident. It turns out one of the best ways to prevent accidents is with something you've almost certainly already seen or used: the roundabout. There's a reason you see these more and more. Roundabouts reduce deaths and serious injuries by 90%. That is not an error. With roundabouts, there's almost no opportunity for the worst type of collision: the head-on, full-speed crash. In a traditional intersection, cars come within feet of each other while going at a relative speed of up to 100 miles per hour. A head-on crash at that speed is undoubtedly catastrophic. With roundabouts, cars naturally slow down to about 15 to 25 miles per hour since they're going around a curve. Also, if there were to be a collision, it would either be a side impact collision if a car failed to turn into the circle, or a side-to-side collision if a car misjudged the curve. Both of these collisions happen at a low relative speed, so fatalities are low. But what about capacity? Surely the lower speed roundabouts cause horrible traffic problems. Well, they don't. A single lane roundabout can handle a maximum of 1,800 vehicles per hour, which is exactly the same as a traditional 2-lane signaled intersection. While cars will move through a signaled intersection at a much higher speed, they have to wait both for the light to change and left-turning cars. With roundabouts, you have a smooth, consistent, albeit slower flow. So what's the problem? Why haven't we replaced every intersection with a roundabout? Well, there are disadvantages. They're more difficult for pedestrians, especially those who are deaf or blind, they require a larger footprint, they're more expensive to maintain, but the real reason roundabouts are not ubiquitous nowadays is because of the biggest fallacy in road design: that drivers need rules. Poynton, just outside of Manchester, UK, used to have a typical, rather dreary intersection, and nobody really liked it. Cars would back up for miles, pedestrians had to wait forever for the light to change, and it essentially split the town apart. So someone had the idea to remove the traffic lights, remove the zebra crossings, the curbs, remove almost every safety device in the intersection, and just set up 2 adjoining roundabouts. Surely this would wreak havoc, but it didn't. Turns out, when people are uncomfortable, when people aren't really sure what's going on, they pay more attention. The green light was a signal to people that the road was clear, that it was safe to speed, that they could let their guard down. But after the change, the cars were able to flow freely, albeit at a slow pace, instead of waiting for the lights to change. Pedestrian incidents went down, collisions went down, traffic flowed faster, and the city center finally had some character. So, all around the world, cities are replicating what Poynton did. They're removing curbs, traffic lights, and pedestrian crossings to make one shared space. All around the world, these streets are resulting in fewer accidents and more pedestrian space. Discomfort is saving lives.